podcast about something where each week we dive deep into whatever it is we find interesting. I'm your host, Calvin, and joining me from inside the trunk, it's your co-host, Nick Richardson.
I'm trying to get some gabagool. Gabagool.
Gabagool. Just bring him the gabagool.
I need the gabagool. The gabagool.
We are not talking about The Office today.
No.
We're talking about something that scares the people of The Office, though. You know, and at one point, Michael Scott even stands down a member of one of these crews. We are giving out gangster movie superlatives. So, and a gangster movie specifically is not a movie about gangs necessarily, but a movie that includes organized crime as a major plot line. So those kind of gangsters, not 50 Cent.
No, there's a lot of those movies, though, so we had a plethora to choose from.
Well, and there's a lot of crossover in that as well.
Yeah, seriously, no kidding.
Because you got cop movies that turn into gangster movies for some parts of it. You've got, they're not really comedy gangster movies, I wouldn't say. Maybe like The Other Guys might be in there.
Is that a gangster movie?
I don't know. You are aware of my disdain for The Other Guys. I don't know what the plot of it is. I don't know what the crime they're going after is. Maybe there's a mafia connection in there.
No, it's definitely like a real estate thing.
Yeah, okay. So, maybe not any comedies, but there's a lot of crossover. But we're talking movies that involve organized crime, mafia, mobsters, those kind of gangsters. And we've got some awards to give out.
Hell yeah.
We're going to give out Best Cop, Best Gangster, Best Lackey, which is like a henchman, I guess would be another word for it.
A secondary bad guy who kind of sucks. Yeah,
Best Kill, and the Best Racket, meaning how are they actually making their money? Their real money. What are they gangstering, basically, with a subcategory of the best cover for how they're making their money. What are they doing to keep their money clean?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so just a real quick recap of the movie superlatives. Theme, we go one movie per award, one award per movie, no take backsies, no repeatsies, and no skipsies.
No skipsies too. That counts.
Yeah, I threw a new one in there.
I like it. I dig.
So, are we ready to jump off, or do we have anything that we need to say about gangster movies? What's your favorite part of a gangster movie?
Ooh, that's a good question. Usually, the tension.
The tension, yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say the same thing.
There's always fantastic tension in a gangster movie, and at that, the focal point of the attention, like when it gets to that point, and it's, it's like when Michael Myers is creeping in the shadows and the music's going, it's like that, but in a gangster movie, which is usually rooted in real life. So
right, and gangster movies do a good job of building tension no matter what they're focusing on. Like you've got The Untouchables, which focuses on the cat and mouse between a cop and a gangster, like both wonderfully done by the actors playing those roles. And then same with like The Departed, and then you've got something like Goodfellas or The Godfather, where it's all mostly focused on the criminals, or the mafia, mobsters, the gangsters, and they build the tension within that hierarchy there of like who's on top, who's next in line, who's just a thorn in everyone's side kind of thing. So there's so many different sources for tension that you can put into a gangster movie that there's usually a way to make it interesting. And then you have other gangster movies that try and throw all of those things in and build tension between all of them, and they kind of flop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a few stinkers out there for sure.
We're looking at you, Gangster Squad.
That movie was terrible.
I thought I liked it when I first saw it, but I really need to watch it again because I'm not sure that I did.
I was going through a gangster movie kick, and I bought it at Disc Replay for like $3 and regretted that. That was my only like $3 purchase in my life I've ever truly regretted.
Great cast. You got Gosling, Emma Stone, Sean Penn, Josh Brolin's in there, some other people that I'm forgetting off the top of my head, and that's why I was kind of drawn to it. And I don't think I was paying that close of attention, so I kind of came away with it with a better idea, like an idea that it was better than it actually was, because I just didn't pay that much attention. So, yeah, Gangster Squad will not be winning any awards here today.
Oh hell no!
But it's definitely one that tries to throw everything off. You got the tension within the gangsters, you got the tension between the cops and the gangsters, and then you can throw a girlfriend in there that's creating tension as well, and there's too much tension. You don't know what to focus on. All right, So let's get into the awards.
Let's do it.
First one. You go first. Best Cop.
Best Cop. This one was like the easiest pick. I mean, not gonna lie, this whole outline was easy for me because I fucking love gangster movies. I've wanted to do this for the longest time. So when you sent me this outline, I was really pumped. So,
yeah.
Best Cop, I pretty much knew as soon as I read the question who was in mind, and that's Richie Roberts, who was played by Russell Crowe in 2007's American Gangster.
See, this was really easy. I agree that this was a really easy choice, but I went a different way. But let's hear your thoughts on Richie Roberts.
Okay, I'm gonna rapid fire these because it's pretty straightforward, I think.
I'm not disagreeing with you necessarily. Like he's great. I just American Gangster needed to go somewhere else in this, for me.
If we're on the same wavelength, it almost went in that same place for me as well. But I think being a cop means a lot of things like integrity, honesty. Well, honesty not so much. Integrity. Yeah, I'll leave it at integrity. So he returns $1 million that he finds in a dead gangster's car and is ostracized by his department. His motherfucking, he takes on the investigation of the blue magic in the first place because his partner died from an OD. My man. Through sheer due diligence and open-mindedness, he becomes aware of Frank when he notices he has even better seats at a prize fight than the Italian gangsters, which back in the 1950s, I think, 60s?
Oh, it was like the 70s. I thought it was like late 60s, early 70s.
It was during the Vietnam War, so early 60s to later. I don't know when it ended exactly. But anyway, so Italian gangsters are still pretty fucking at the top. He gets someone just enough after his detectives notice someone get murdered, so he has a chance to pick at Frank Lucas, who is Denzel Washington.
Yep.
And after he tries to bribe Roberts says no, ends up becoming a defender of Lucas and gets him a lesser sentence. So that's a fucking badass cop in my opinion. You can't get much better as a cop, as a prototypical idealized version of a cop, and that's what best cop meant to me at least.
Yeah, he always played the integrity card. He refused any and all chances to take money under the table or do something immoral from a cop's perspective. American Gangster is good too because it's really long. Which is it's a rough rewatch because it's so long and there's like long drawn out kind of boring parts in there, but it's cool because they go into the whole process of both sides. You see Frank Lucas building his empire the whole time, and you see how he works and why he's able to get away with the things he does, and then on the other side of it you get to see the whole process of Richie Roberts building this case against him slowly but surely, trying to figure out how Lucas is connected to the blue magic, and you usually can't arrest these guys for the main crime that they're committing. You have to go after them for something else.
Yeah, most definitely.
See Al Capone, see John Dillinger, all those people, like they got arrested because there's other crimes on top of it, right? It's right. Not just that you're selling drugs, you're also doing all these other things to cover up the fact that you're selling drugs, which are easier to prove usually.
Mostly it's like taking money from the federal government by not paying taxes. So they're like, hey,
we're going to tax evasion is a really easy one to catch above like actually catching them in the act of dealing drugs, because a lot of these times these guys are a lot smarter than the cops. So it was just really cool how they went into both sides of it, and you got to see the process. Whereas you take some other movies that try and focus on both sides, is you really get one side as the protagonist and you just see a little bit of the other side.
Right. Absolutely.
So you don't get the full picture of what both sides are going through and that kind of cat and mouse between the cops and the criminals. You just get the cops chasing after the criminal, or the criminal trying to avoid the cops, not both sides.
It's more of an anti-hero story than anything I think. And they did such a good job with American Gangster. I think Denzel was in his fucking element in that movie.
He really was.
He played it really well.
If I would almost like to see this movie, because it's so long and they have those kind of boring spots, break it into two movies and make two separate movies, of one focusing on Richie Roberts and one focusing on Frank Lucas. Have all the same people in it, but like really show the perspectives and just do those sides. Like we talked about, other movies kind of do show one side or the other. Just do that and break it up into 2 movies. I would watch both of those movies.
That's a super interesting thought. And each one would be like 90 minutes, if that.
Right. Yeah, you get
I'm
2
there,
hour and a
dude.
half long movies rather than one 2 and an hour and 40-minute movie that you kind of like doze in and out of throughout it.
Yeah, that's one of
Or
those that I
zone in
would not mind a palate cleanser halfway through.
Yeah. I'm just like, all right, let me watch the story from Richie Roberts' point of view for the first hour and a half. Then let's rewind and see what happened with Frank Lucas that whole time, rather than trying to tell them concurrently.
You need to call studios, bro.
Hit me up.
Having
I'm
these
here.
Amazing ideas.
All right, so my best cop, again, really easy choice here. Elliot Ness from The Untouchables.
Yeah, that's a really good pick, and I was tempted.
Like,
I just didn't
late
pull the trigger.
80s, early 90s, Kevin Costner really could have gone on like a run of just doing cop roles, and he would have been perfect every single time.
That's
like,
really what he's made for.
Yeah,
It's kind of
he
like that's what he
fits
plays
that
in
role
every
so
other
well.
movie. Fuck
And
yeah.
yeah, like every other movie he's in, he kind of plays like, even like something like Robin Hood or Bull Durham. Like, he's the cop of those movies if you could pick one, right?
No shit, yeah.
And so
100%.
he could have just like run off this string of cop movies, and he didn't. He wanted to do other things, but I just think he kind of exemplifies the idea of what a cop in a movie can and should be. You know, you kind of get to see in Untouchables just how far Capone got under Ness's skin in real life and in the movie. And despite what Al Capone is doing to Elliot Ness and his crew, Costner, as Elliot Ness, for the most part, he stays calm, he stays collected, and most importantly, he stays focused on the mission. And the only thing he's worried about is catching Al Capone and getting to that, to that end game. He's singularly focused on Al Capone, even when Capone knows how to get under his skin.
He's got a job to do, and he's gonna fucking do it. And
Exactly.
I mean, Kevin Costner, he really should have been in every cop theme movie there was in the late 80s, early 90s. He should
I
have
can
been
see him in
in
Lethal
fucking.
Weapon.
Oh God, yeah. RoboCop. I can see him doing it.
RoboCop would be kind of funny.
Beverly Hills Cop.
I don't know that he could pull that off.
Oh, he could
Cop
so
Out?
pull that off.
See him
Yeah,
and
there we
Tracy
go.
Morgan?
Oh my God, that would be terrible. Oh God, that'd be so bad.
It was terrible with Bruce Willis, so I'm sure it would be terrible with Costner too.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awful. But
I
yeah,
would, I would
that's
still
that's a
like
great
to see
pick. I like it.
Costner doing, like, Costner can do the old grizzled detective line now too, or like the commissioner, the police commissioner he could play. Like, let's just make Costner a cop forever.
He could be a good Gordon, Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
True Detective season 4.
I could see it.
Yeah, that'd be
Costner,
cool.
do more cop lines. or
Him and
roles.
Jeff Bridges.
I don't know. Jeff Bridges, he's too Jeff Bridges-y.
No, let me sub that. Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones is too old, man. I can't do Tommy Lee Jones anymore.
They're all fucking old as shit.
Yeah. And like I said, Jeff Bridges is too Jeff Bridges-y. I like Jeff Bridges. I just don't want to see him in every movie.
I thought he was really, really good in, like, he's not necessarily a cop per se in the True Grit.
Oh, yeah.
He was very good in that movie.
Well, that's another thing Costner could have done. Costner could have played a cop throughout the ages. He could have been a cop in the 1700s. He could have been a cop in the 2300s.
Time cop?
Yeah. He could be a cop anytime.
Hell
Be a
yeah.
cop. Kevin Costner.
Waterworld cop.
Waterworld cop.
I mean, he
Field
was
of
a
Dreams
Waterworld
cop?
That's a good pick. I
Dances
like that.
with Wolves cop. We're just going to go through all his roles? No.
Hatfields and McCoy's cop. I mean, he kind of was.
Yeah.
He administered justice. If you want to get,
Draft day cop.
Stop resisting.
You are under arrest if you don't let me make this pick.
Bitch, get back.
I will make the Browns good. I swear.
Yeah. No one could do that. Not even the cops.
All right, so let's move on to Best Gangster. And I know you think you know where I'm going with this, but I'm not going there.
Gangster.
I am going with Frank Costello, Jack Nicholson from The Departed. See, you
I
make
can't
that
do that
sound.
any
I
longer.
don't know if that's a good or a bad sound.
That's me inhaling deeply because I'm just like, God damn, that's a good pick. Because he is
This
a
guy is
fucking
so
great
deep
gangster. He's
undercover with
so
the
good.
feds that the cops have completely forgotten about it. Like there's
Isn't that
like fucking,
amazing? Well,
and
not
then
only have the cops forgot about him, but his entire fucking crew and
yeah,
everyone in the streets of Boston has forgotten about this cat in regards to his relation with the feds.
right. And so that's what makes Frank a great gangster, right? It feels like he's an informant because it makes being a gangster easier. He's not an informant because it helped him get out of trouble. Like he probably started being an informant because it got him out of like a little bit of trouble, but then he realized how much he could get away with at being an informant and also doing his gangster things that he just fucking kept at it. He's like, yeah, I'll tell you shit every once in a while if I get to keep doing what I want to do.
Well, it's even better for him because it takes out his competitors.
Exactly.
And he basically has free reign. So I imagine his profits shot through the roof.
He's got a
And
little bit of trouble sniffing out the rat in his own camp. We can forgive that, I think. But
because
as a
he's
rat
the fucking
himself, I
rat.
feel like
Yeah.
he should be able to sniff that out. But
No.
he's truly terrifying as a crew leader. And this is, out of all these crews we're going to talk about and all these different gangsters and cops and everything else, this is one of the crews that I would definitely just not want any part of.
Hell
The other big one is going to be
no.
in my next point. But like most crews, you're going to be pretty safe as long as you don't actively fuck up, right? But with Frank in this next guy, you never know what's going to just make them fly off the handle. Any
Yeah,
little thing. And it's not just that they fly off the handle and yell a little bit, like they smash you, they throw a gun to your head, they're ready to shoot you if they need to. Like
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Shit, dude, he had a hand in a bag while he was eating, basically. It's just like, the fuck is going on?
Crazy fucker. I can't be around the wild card loose cannon types that can just go off, especially when your loose cannon wild cardness always leads to violence.
Yes. Well, you gotta admit, though, he's a pretty shrewd businessman. Well,
Oh, yeah.
whether the violence is the precursor to the business dealings, I don't know. But, dude, like, groomed, I was gonna say, yeah. Not Matt. Yeah, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah.
I kept getting confused between the two, but he groomed that kid, and I'm sure that's how his entire crew was. So like the concept of a rat for him was probably pretty foreign when you think about it, even though he had two in his midst.
Well, and he himself is one.
Yeah.
The other thing I like about Frank, as you said, he's a shrewd businessman. He just doesn't really give a shit what crimes he's committing. He just wants to commit crimes and run the Boston Underground. He'll do whatever crimes are on the table, like he's there for it. He's selling fucking microchips to the Chinese. He has no idea what they are or what they do. He just wants to be a part of the deal because he can be. He's like, yeah, you want some fucking microchips? I got some microchips.
Sure, I'll steal these, kill somebody, and make a shit ton of money. Whatever.
Yeah, sure, I can handle that. Doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
So to me, that's what makes a great gangster. Just being able to do whatever you want. Being an informant because it makes being a gangster easier, and then just being truly terrifying is helpful.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think I might have one to one up you.
Oh, let's hear it.
Because I'm a one upper motherfucker.
I mean, that's
but
what this
it's
is all
solely, yeah, right. It's solely because he's still living when the movie concludes, and that's Henry Hill, Ray Liotta from Goodfellas.
There you go.
The best movie, one of the best movies of all fucking time.
It's fine.
Good.
It's okay.
Hey, I will not hear that talk about Goodfellas. Any other movie on this earth, except for one more in this list, I will hear that it's fine. Not this one, sir.
It's a well-made movie. The
Yes.
actors do a tremendous job. I just wasn't that interested.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna say it 6 more times, so
Go ahead.
attention's gonna.
All right, let's hear a case for Henry Hill.
Okay, so he starts when he's young. Obviously, that opening is so fucking badass. Ever since I can remember, I've wanted to be a gangster, and holy shit, did he?
Him and
He was
Fabulous
involved.
both.
What's that?
I said him and Fabulous both.
Fabulous?
Yeah, Fabulous, the rapper.
I do not know who that is.
Do you know who Fabulous is?
I don't.
Can't deny it.
Nope.
I can't deny it. I'm a fucking rider. You don't want to fuck with me. No.
Oh, that song?
Holla back, youngin'.
Nah,
You're too young.
I guess so. But, okay, either way. He got in with the right people and built a tremendous fucking network, which kept him alive, I think, in the end. And he was also a fucking rat. But he got to go into witness protection program and didn't get killed. You know,
Good
that's
for
kind
him.
of that's a pretty big one. I mean, he's eating,
It's always a plus.
spaghetti with fucking ketchup. But yeah,
That's a minus.
that's a minus. But being alive, big plus.
Being
Big
alive is a plus. Eating spaghetti with ketchup is a minus.
I mean, I'd eat spaghetti with ketchup if it.
I don't know if they even
it
out.
is what it is.
It's a tough decision.
Yeah. I mean, he made a gargantuan amount of money for a long time. He had a tremendous fucking time. He obviously killed a lot of people. That's pretty scary.
But I mean, that's part of being a gangster. You can't be the best gangster if you don't kill anyone.
No, I think that's pretty true. And he had so many schemes. Like, I thought that was pretty awesome as a gangster. Like, the network he built, A, was really what I was impressed with, and then B was like how many schemes he had his fingers in, how many sources of income he had his fingers in, and how he was kind of laundering his money at the same time and just basically being rich as fuck, living the high life, not being touched by anyone for 15 years, then going to jail, living the
Say he
high
was
life even
untouchable.
more. Podcast. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, probably. Until he went to jail.
Yeah.
And then he got some salami and stuff brought to him, which was really, I mean, if I could eat like that, that's how I slice garlic. If I'm cooking, if I have full cloves of garlic, if you've seen Goodfellas, they slice it with a razor blade. I got it from there. I think it works. I think it's pretty dope.
There you go.
It's luxury, man. So if he had luxury like that in prison and then didn't end up getting killed or going to prison for the rest of his life like everyone else in his crew, yeah, that's a badass gangster in my opinion.
Way to go. So as you
Way
were
to
talking
go.
about that, you brought up that he was involved in all these schemes, and it made me think of something.
What's that?
Is Fight Club a gangster movie?
No.
We've got organized crime. It's disorganized organized crime, but it is organized. That was really the only rule we set out.
That is not organized crime whatsoever.
They
It's Project Mayhem.
Yeah, they all lived in a house and committed crimes together.
Yeah, but they had no central. Well, that's not true.
See? Now that you're thinking about it, it
How
might
could it
just
be?
be. Hit
but
us
they
on
have
Twitter
no-
if you think
Hmm.
what I say, Fight Club could be considered a. You got to stretch it a little, but if it could be considered a gangster movie,
I'm eager to hear what the public.
it's at
thinks.
APA something at alone_podcast. Hit us on Twitter.
My gut tells me no, but I'm not coming up with very many.
Obviously,
valid
as
arguments
its prime genre, it is not a gangster movie. But when you're looking at gangster movies in this way, could you stretch it to consider it a gangster movie? In the same way, when we did road trip movies, I stretched Solo into being a road trip movie just so I could pick the Millennium Falcon for the best vehicle.
That's a good point.
I mean,
You're very good at stretching. Very gangster-like at stretching.
that's kind of the whole point of this is like, let's look at movies in a different frame of reference, if we can.
I dig.
But I did not pick Fight Club for any of these, but I did just think about it of like, could we actually consider it if we wanted to?
I'm willing to allow it.
I didn't pick it, so it doesn't matter.
All right, fine. Well,
Should we
I'm
move on
willing
to the best
allow it.
lackey?
Let's do it.
All right, you go first this time. Best lackey, henchman,
Okay.
side guy, whatever you want to call him.
This one I argued with myself about because
Good
I
job.
don't know
Who won?
myself, bro. It's a win-win-win. So
Win, win, win.
I had to argue with myself regarding Mexican cartel, and I think that counts. That's organized crime.
I had that a point later of does the Mexican cartel count when we talk about something different? But yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean it's organized crime. So I picked Javier Bardem for the Mexican cartel in No Country for Old Men. Fuck, man, he is a relentless killer. He's careful, super smart, plans extensively. He's cold-hearted as fuck, even-keeled.
Great weapon.
Oh my god, his little cow killer and then the silent shotgun. That thing is amazing, and he's an incredible shot with a shitty pistol, 30 yards away at a swerving Bronco.
So my problem
And-
with counting him as a lackey is he's like the main villain of that film.
Either
He's
way,
a lackey to the Mexican cartel. I get that, but he doesn't feel like a lackey in the movie, right?
I mean, it's very
I mean, you're
focused
stretching it,
on
and I'm
him.
fine with that. I love stretching.
No, hear me
big
out.
yoga fan here, but
Big hot yoga, as Joe Rogan puts it. But I mean, you got to look at it this way. If you're looking at the Mexican cartel, he's just a little cog in that machine.
Right. No,
When you think
that's
about
what
it.
I'm
That's a
allowing
lackey.
it.
Oh, you're allowing it?
I'm allowing
That's
it.
my decision, bro.
Yeah. Just end this whole podcast right now if I didn't allow it. The rest of your entries don't count. I'm just going to go on my own.
Disqualified.
That's a good pick. Again, another truly terrifying person. Meticulous planner. He's going to get what he wants. And you don't know when he's coming necessarily.
No, and you don't know if he's going to kill you or not. Like, I think back to the old man in the store. You know, don't put that in your pocket, sir. That's your lucky quarter. Like, that is so fucking terrifying. And he was going to kill that man for basically no reason. And then he has that weird set of code and, you know, shit that he abides by. But honestly, my biggest reason is he had a mission and he did it. He got away. That's
right.
Like one of the few gangsters or lackeys or whatever you want to call them to ever get away in these type of movies in the end. Like usually, like you said, it's the framework of it is pretty much to like a hero or anti-hero.
Well, so, and that's what I was going to say is a lackey is only as good as what he's doing for his boss, right? So
Right.
If this guy's out there constantly failing, he's not a good lackey. But like you said, Anton Chigurh gets the job done at the end of the day. Chigurh, whatever. He gets the job done at the end of the day, which makes him a good lackey. Like, if you can't get your job done, then you're a shitty lackey.
Yeah, then you fucking suck.
You go on the movie Superlatives. I don't know what the opposite of superlative is. The movie shit list. Sucklatives.
I'll allow that. That's awesome.
So should we from now on do 2 episodes back to back, movie Superlatives and movie Sucklatives, where we just do the exact same list but worst of everything?
Rapid fire. 10-minute segment.
10-minute segment at the end. We could probably fit that in.
Let us know on Twitter if you want to hear us do that.
Going through the superlatives, it usually only takes us about 40 minutes, so we got to always find something to fill that bottom 20 minutes. We could definitely throw sucklatives in there if they're rapid fire.
I like it. Let us know.
Yeah. I think we're just going to do it.
I think we're just going to, yeah.
You can still let us know, but we'll work it in there.
Affirm our actions.
So my best lackey goes to the one and only Tommy DeVito, Joe Pesci, Goodfellas.
He's like the main villain too in that movie, though.
No, he's not. Robert De Niro is, and Henry Hill.
No fucking way. Everyone is scared of Joe Pesci in that movie.
He's the villain. He's the villain to everybody else in the movie, but he's not the mob boss.
So, Paulie ain't shit.
The lackey is the boss is the boss. Everybody else is a lackey. That's how it works. I mean, you could count Leo DiCaprio in The Departed if you really wanted to.
But I mean,
or to a better extent, probably Matt Damon would be the better lackey than Leo. But
absolutely.
You get my point.
I'm catching your drift. Yeah.
There's not much to say here about Tommy DeVito. Like, Joe Pesci is perfect in this role, and his performance grows every time you rewatch this movie. You kind of see his manic craziness expand with every time you watch it.
It's layered as hell. It's there's a lot of depth to it. Like when he's dealing with his mom in on screen, and dude, he scared the shit out of me seeing him in Home Alone, because my dad watched Goodfellas all the time when I was a kid, and I
thought some
remember
serious shit was gonna go down in Home Alone, didn't you?
Seriously, because the first thing you see in Goodfellas is him stabbing some dude to death, and it's fucking visceral as shit, and he's just like, you know what I mean? It's
so that brings me to my next point. This is the other crew that I would legitimately be terrified to be in, and it's all because of Tommy DeVito. You just have no idea what's going to set him off from day to day and what he's going to do to the person that sets him off. Like, he literally killed a guy for laughing at him. And not laughing at him, like, kind of laughing to an extent with him. And he's like, nah, I'm not a fucking clown. Die.
Yeah, he shot
I can't hang around people that are unstable like that. Can't do it.
No. Well, how am I funny, Henry? Ha funny? It's such a good scene. If you've never seen Goodfellas, folks, please go check that movie out. It's super violent, but it's tour de force by pretty much everyone in that movie.
Spoiler alert, Joe Pesci kills a guy.
He kills a lot of guys. He busts a lot of shit over people's heads. He fucking ice picks some dude to death.
There you go.
He kills Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson's in Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's the getaway driver who was late because he was getting some tail from a prostitute or some shit.
Samuel L. Jackson also in Jurassic Park. Just gonna throw that out there.
Did not make that connection until I was like 22.
Yeah, I made it like right before Jurassic World came out, my wife and I rewatched Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3. And that's when I realized it. I'm like, oh, I knew Newman was there, but I never knew Samuel Jackson was there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hold on to your butts. Because we're moving on to the best kill. Segue. Boom.
Just about to kill your butts.
So I go first here, and this one goes to when Frank Lucas kills Tango in American Gangster. So if you're having trouble remembering this, fans and or Nick, go to YouTube real quick. Watch this scene. I'll wait. Okay, great. So you've seen it. This also, this moment could have been representative of how Frank Lucas is the best gangster, but I really wanted to go with kill for this moment. So I'll lay it out for you guys who didn't go watch the YouTube clip. Frank's in a diner having a nice lunch with his pals. He spots Tango, Idris Elba, from across the street, stops his conversation, mid-conversation, walks over to him at like some fucking farmer's market or some shit. Frank asks him where his money is. Tango kind of tests him a little bit. Frank just caps him right there in front of the fruit stand, like someone
blows his shit off.
Just trying to buy a banana, and now it's got Idris Elba's blood all over it.
That's a valuable ass banana.
Yeah, I mean, for some people that's probably a selling point. I just don't think it is in this context.
Probably not.
Yeah. Again, that's why he could be up for Best Gangster as well. Like, it just takes an incredible amount of respect in your community to be able to shoot somebody in the head in broad fucking daylight and then go back to your caprese salad without anyone saying a word about it.
Yeah, that's a odd community I probably don't want to be a part of.
No, but I'd rather be sitting at that table with Denzel Washington, that he gets up from his lunch from, than at any table with Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, I'm there for that.
Or Frank Costello.
But
see, that's the whole thing in American Gangster. As long as you don't fuck up and you get Denzel his money every week, you're fine. But Idris Elba, he doesn't want to give him all his money. He wants to skim off the top. Frank Lucas is going to call you out, man. He's going to shoot you at a fucking fruit stand.
Backtalk either.
Split your cabbage right next to the cabbages. No?
Puncast. Boo, 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 boo.
What is your best kill?
Best kill?
I got a feeling.
You got a feeling?
Should I guess it? Should I try and guess?
Guess it.
Robert De Niro when he kills that guy with a baseball bat in The Untouchables.
Nope.
Because that was my runner-up.
That is not best kill.
And the only reason that sticks in my mind is because of Accepted, when Jonah Hill talks about it. When he dresses as Robert De Niro in The Untouchables for that party that they were having.
I do not recall that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, go on.
Okay. Yes, best kill is from 2006, The Departed.
Oh, there you go.
And that is Mark Wahlberg when he takes out Matt Damon. Oh my God. When he does that at the end of the movie after DiCaprio's been killed, after Sheen's been killed.
Damon just gets the girl.
Yeah.
Gets to have the kid that's probably not his kid.
Yeah, probably not. And so, I mean, he's kind of living that idyllic life still, and then Mark Wahlberg just comes out of nowhere, doesn't say shit, and, kills him with a silenced pistol. He's a fucking cop, too, which makes it even doper. It's almost like a Dexter revenge killing in my mind.
Yeah,
so
before
cool.
Dexter even happened, though.
Exactly.
And so I'm glad you brought The Departed up for best kill, because there's a fun fact that I'm sure everybody knows by now, but we just gotta say things. Every death and kill is marked by an X in the movie. Every time someone dies, there's an X somewhere near them or right before the scene where they die. Somewhere on screen.
I did not know that.
Oh, there you go. See, you learned something.
Hell yeah.
I also like the kill. The Wahlberg one's good, and that's a good choice because, like you said, he's just silent, and then bam. Also, that's mostly the reason my wife doesn't like this movie. I always ask her before an episode, do you have any thoughts on whatever the topic is? And the only thing she said this time was that The Departed is overrated. And I said, I don't think so. I think it's properly rated. I think people understand its flaws, but it's still just an enjoyable and entertaining movie to watch always. She doesn't like that everyone dies. There are flaws. The accents are bad. Everyone dies. There's things that aren't great. The therapist is sleeping with a cop and a criminal, and both her patients. Like that's troublesome.
I mean, yeah, but still, that movie is dope as fuck.
Oh, it's really good.
Such a good movie. And everyone dying, that's what made it so good in my mind. Because I was sitting there the first time I saw it, and the second, third, fourth, and fifth time, it's just like, no fucking shit. This piece of shit is gonna get away, really? And then Mark Wahlberg,
there, man.
The last guy I expected. I did not see him having that kind of allegiance to Captain
Martin Sheen.
Yeah, Captain Sheen, Captain Fake Tooth, Chomper Sheen.
So that was the other thing I was gonna say is his death is a really good one, where they just chuck him off the roof right in front of I don't remember who the actor is that's standing down there. I want to say it's Common, but it's not Common.
No, they throw him right in front of DiCaprio, and he explodes all over his face, and he's just like, and then they come running downstairs.
Who's Wahlberg's partner? Is it Michael Pena? Or John Logan?
Wahlberg doesn't have a partner.
What am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of that bad fucking movie. Have you ever seen Righteous Kill?
No, it just sounds awful.
It's De Niro and Pacino, but like old De Niro and Pacino, and 50 Cent is in it as a gangster. And I want to say it's either Michael Pena or John Leguizamo, and Donnie Wahlberg are partners.
Yeah, no, that's
whack. It's like, it's okay, but it is not top tier De Niro or Pacino, obviously.
Sounds like a paycheck.
Yeah, it was 100% a paycheck from 2008. John Leguizamo, yeah. Carlo Gugino is in it. And that's pretty much Sterling K. Brown. Wow, young Sterling K. Brown in there.
No shit.
He's in everything, man. So Wahlberg doesn't have a partner. I feel like there was another cop somewhere in there, but like a lesser. He wasn't that important.
It's Matt Damon's like
Ray Winstone, no.
buddy that he tries to pull into.
Anthony Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in there. That's who it is. He's there too when Martin Sheen is thrown off the roof.
Yes.
And then
he's gonna get him out of there.
And Leo grabs him and takes him up with the gun to his head. Yeah, okay, I remember all that.
He gets blown the fuck up.
Yep. Okay. Now we're on the same page. We can move on.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that is best kill.
All right. Good choice. Final category.
What shows it?
Best racket. How are the gangsters making their money? Their real money.
Real goddamn money.
Go for it. It's your turn.
Best racket, I think, is probably another easy choice, and that's a casino. I mean, it's a casino. Let me just say that. So the mob skims money off the top after profits are doubled by Sam, who is De Niro's character. By far the easiest. I mean, and without reporting all the extra income, obviously you aren't paying taxes. But on the flip side, they're, still paying taxes on reported income. So that kind of goes with best racket and best cover.
Well, so I had casino as the best cover, right?
That's
like in most gangster movies, it's like some shitty restaurant, right? That is that would not make you can easily tell just by walking in it's a cover for the mob. But casino, it's just so easy.
Well, I mean, there's so much money flowing through, and it's something that they infiltrated all the right points to be able to maximize profits and do so in a way that doesn't draw too much attention initially, at least.
Yeah, especially in the late 80s, early 90s when this is supposed to be taking place. I guess earlier than that too, when he's just starting out. But like that's got to be the easiest way to launder money. It'd be harder now with technology, but I feel like the 70s through 90s is like the Wild West of cash payment times.
Especially in Vegas or Atlantic
Yeah.
City, because they're expanding like crazy, and as long as the tax man was getting paid and there weren't like it wasn't drug trafficking,
Yep.
then you're good. Because, Reagan, he was all up on that shit.
Well, and we see it in Casino and also in Ozark, the Netflix series right now. Running a casino gives you some great political connections because you have to jump through all these political hoops and red tape to actually be able to run a casino, and you have to be licensed and all this bullshit. And so having those political connections just help you further cover up your real money-making rackets.
Absolutely, and especially when you have super big sums of money involved, that makes it even more of a chip to gamble with.
And especially back 70s through 90s when it's all cash money, right?
Yeah, cash money, no fucking Apple Wallet, really not
or
credit
like
cards. I don't believe.
Every casino now they have like their own credit card basically where you sign up for their points and you play on the card and then you pay it at the end of the time. Like none of that. It's straight cash, like Randy Moss.
Straight cash, straight money, son.
All right, so mine, I went a little bit different route. You went the easy route. I get that. I went with New Jack City and the Carter. Have you seen New Jack City? Wesley Snipes, Nino Brown.
I have not seen that.
Oh. So
it sounds awful.
Oh no, it's a really good movie.
No shit.
Yeah, quintessential Wesley Snipes performance, early 90s. Basically, he runs the crack cocaine heroin hustle of his area. But Nino Brown ratchets it up, and he runs a whole damn block to get the drugs out on the street. It's called the Carter. It's basically a projects development, right? And this is why Lil Wayne's albums are all called the Carter. They're called the Carter after New Jack City. And also his last name is Carter, so kind of double entendre there. Anyway, but he's got these 3 or 4 buildings that are all kind of lined up, and he owns the building, has every level stocked with people counting money, counting drugs, weighing drugs, cleaning the drugs, making sure that they're ready to go out on the street. And then like the bottom levels where people actually live, that's where all the dealing's going on. It's a little bit similar to how it works in Baltimore in The Wire, but he's got this shit like super locked down and knows what's going on all the time. And they're inside the buildings rather than just like outside of the buildings like in The Wire.
Sounds tight.
It's a good movie. You should watch New Jack City.
I think I will.
Got early Chris Rock, early Ice-T early in his acting career.
Are you telling me Ice-T was in a movie early in his career?
Yeah, he was a cop. Wesley
Snipes. He plays a lot of cops.
Well, yeah, I think this got him sent down that road to the Law and Orders or whatever the fuck show he's in, NCIS, I don't know, whatever it is.
Law and Order?
Is it? I don't know.
I think so. Pretty sure.
Whatever. So, those are awards we gave out. Best Cop, Best Gangster, Best Lackey, Best Kill, and Best Racket. Now we got some extra stuff. Do we miss any categories, do you think, Nick? Anything that we should have given an award for that we did?
Specifically, I think we should have given an award to Best Boss.
Well, doesn't that go with Best Gangster? Like, that's what I kind of thought of, like, the Best Gangster has to be the guy running the team. Like, that's got to be part of it.
De Niro's running the team in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of multi-heads.
So who would you
Paulie's
have
running the team.
Best Boss to that you didn't give Best Gangster to then, would be my question.
I'd have to pick multiples, but Frank Costello.
Well, yeah, I gave him Best Gangster already, though, so.
That's fair. Interpretations, bro. My other was Best Structure or Group Dynamic.
Yeah,
like,
that was a good one.
Is it a small, tight group? Is it a large tree? Who do they have doing what?
So I thought along those lines, and I couldn't think of the right way to phrase it, so I'm glad you're bringing it up here.
There we go.
I like Frank Lucas's because he keeps it close. It's all family, right?
Right.
But that's also easy to have blind spots when it's all family.
Family, never mix money and family. It's bad news.
Frank Costello's got a good crew, for the most part. Like you said with Matt Damon, like he kind of brings them up through the ranks throughout the years. It doesn't get too big on him. He tries to keep it tight. One rat snuck through, but whatever.
It happens to everybody.
Casino, there's not really a crew there. It's just kind of De Niro and Pesci.
Pretty much, it's a minimal crew for sure.
And Pesci's too hard to control. Like, you can't give that best crew, that's for sure.
No, yeah, I agree.
What would you say? You're the gangster movie aficionado.
I'd probably have to double pick again, but
That's
best
fine.
crew is
In the categories we missed, you
Goodfellas.
can pick up. See that one? It's too sprawling for me. You got a lot of people in there. It's hard to keep track of them all.
It definitely is, but well, there's not. I mean, there's 10 people,
That's a lot
if
of fucking
that.
people.
There is, but some of these gangster movies, dude, they have like 50 enforcers. Like think of Scarface or something,
Yeah, that's true.
or fucking
We didn't give Scarface any awards.
no, fuck Scarface. I don't even like that movie. I'm
I've never
sorry.
actually seen it.
And
So
here's a PSA I wanted to release at the beginning, but I didn't because I didn't want to ruin my awards. I've never seen The Godfather.
I've never seen any of the Godfathers or Scarface. So that's that was going to be the next thing I pointed out is we didn't pick Godfather for anything either. I tried to watch Godfather one time. My parents rented it, and I fell asleep like 4 times during it. And it was like 7 o'clock at night that we were watching. It wasn't late or anything. But like if you can't even get me into the first movie, I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah,
I have no interest in going back to it either. Like it not one part that I did see intrigued me to be like, all right, I got to watch more of this.
Well, I'm 27 years old. I haven't watched it yet. I'm probably not going to.
I said that with Goodfellas, and then I went and watched Goodfellas.
Yeah, yeah. I won't. My
But
my
Godfather
coworker
is
about
like
slapped me.
3-hour movies also.
Yeah, fuck all
Be like
that
if you haven't
shit.
seen The Lord of the Rings by the time you're 30, like you're just not going to.
Yeah, probably not. Or you'll just hate it. And then, yeah, last one, Best Hitman.
So, all right. What are we going? Pesci and Goodfellas there?
No, Brad Pitt killing them softly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can
Yes.
see that. I didn't like that
Yes,
movie
that's
either.
my
It
pick.
was slow and boring.
I did not like it. I love the end, though. The end of that movie was fantastic.
Couldn't tell you what happened.
America is a business. Now fucking pay me. Yeah, that's so good.
Okay, there we go.
Watch it on YouTube.
So I didn't have any categories because I knew you would bring them to the table. I knew you were on top of this shit because you're the gangster movie aficionado, as we've said. That is your new title here. You're the gangster movie aficionado.
I'm the fucking boss of the gangster
What
movies.
song is that you keep singing?
Aficionados.
It's Gangster
from-
Love. Is it Snoop Dogg?
No, it's Parks and Rec. I'm singing it like Tom from Parks and Rec.
But it's a real song.
Yeah, I don't know that song. I just know Tom's
do.
version of it. Then what is it, Calvin? What
I
is it?
gotta look it up now. I think it's Snoop Dogg.
Gangster, gangster. Let's go. Tom Haverford.
Tupac, Eazy-E. That's not it.
Dating
Snoop
in
Dogg,
the day,
Gangsta Love
dating
featuring
in
The
the
Dream.
night.
That's it.
All right.
Should we listen to it? Let's listen.
No, hell no. I like Tommy T's better.
Nope, we're gonna listen to it. I'm gonna make you. And then I'm gonna make you watch Frank Lucas's killing a guy.
No, I remember that shit. I remember that vividly when it happened. When I was watching that movie, I was like, oh my god.
I didn't. So the whole reason I know you love gangster movies, right? But
Yes.
I am not a huge gangster movie fan. Like I find them often long and boring and hard to stay awake through.
The Irishman, yes. Long, boring, not
Still
very
have not
good.
watched that.
Not good. Don't waste your time. It's not good.
So I am reading Shea Serrano's book, Movies and Other Things, and he does a whole chapter on, I don't remember what it was. It was something surrounding gangster movies, and he talks about that Frank Lucas kill on Tango, and then I'm like, okay, I remember this now after reading it in his book, and I'm like, all right, well, that's the best kill in a gangster movie. Let's start building out the other categories, and let's do a gangster movie superlatives, because after reading that and rewatching the scene, I'm like, okay, now I want to talk about this. So
Hell
shout out
yeah.
Shea Serrano, always giving me ideas.
Shout out Shea Serrano. Still haven't gotten on his books, but I'm getting there.
should.
It's on my list.
All right. So the only thing I had for under categories we missed is let's build the gangster movie Mount Rushmore of actors. Like if you're building a Mount Rushmore of gangster movie actors, who are you putting on it? Like, thinking they're in their prime. You know, we're not taking De Niro from Righteous Kill, right? We're taking De Niro from Goodfellas and Untouchables. And Casino. We're not. So who are you putting on your Mount Rushmore?
Can I make an addendum?
Sure. Well, it depends. I mean, Mount
wanna
Rushmore is a
include-
mountain of 4 faces, so like that's the framework for this.
I want to include one TV gangster.
Okay, that's fine.
That fine? All right.
Yeah, go for it.
Obviously, De Niro. Do I have to state the movie?
No,
Okay.
No, because
De Niro.
this is like I'm making a movie. I want these people in their prime.
Yeah, 100%. De Niro.
Yep. He's
Um,
George Washington, right? He's the first one up there.
yes. I'm
Okay.
going with Steve Buscemi from Boardwalk Empire
Okay.
as Lincoln.
Steve Buscemi's got some good gangster movie roles outside of that as well. Like he's done some good things where he's kind of been on the periphery of things.
Have you ever seen Boardwalk?
I saw like the first couple episodes and I didn't get too deep into it.
The first season is just so good, but he's amazing. Pesci, obviously,
Yep.
he's gonna be, he's got to be my badass of the group. I really want to put Ray Liotta in it. I
mean,
I
it's
think I have
yours.
to, man. I
So
think I have to.
so let me go down my list and we can kind of flesh this out a bit. It was De Niro's the A1 spot, obviously. Then Pacino,
Fuck yeah, man, that's a good.
because you
pick.
got to grab him. You got to grab Pesci. Like those are the first three and they're easy, right? So the 4 spot is the tough one. You got Ray Liotta. He's got a great case, as you've already put up. I think Leo could kind of make a good case if he pulls a couple more movies out, a couple more gangster movies. He's got Gangs in New York. He's got The Departed. Like, let's get 2 or 3 more in there. Now, here's a sneaky one that you might not have thought of. Josh Brolin has been in a fair share of gangster movies.
He's usually the good guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's okay. You need cops in all these movies, right?
That's fair. Within the structure of this
Yeah, it has to be
superlative
within
episode.
the structure. So you could throw Josh Brolin in there, and like that's who I would go with, just because I like him a little bit better than Ray Liotta, and Leo's not quite there yet.
What?
I don't like Ray Liotta that much.
Dog. But in gangster movies, that's like Ray Liotta's
That's
element,
true.
man.
And I think to be on the Mount Rushmore, you have to actually be able to conceivably play on both sides, cop or criminal, or just be really, really good at one side so much so that you're unmistakable, like Joe Pesci. It's like Joe
Yeah,
Pesci
Joe
could
Pesci
never
is-
play a cop.
No.
I guess he kind of does in Lethal Weapon, or he's like an informant or something.
Kinda. He's a fucking rat.
Yeah. So, but I think for everybody else that's not Joe Pesci, you've got to be able to believably play both sides. I think De Niro can do it. I think Pacino can do it and has done it. And so I think Brolin, I think he can do that better. I don't see Ray Liotta as a cop when you think of Ray Liotta, you know?
There's several movies that he's been a cop in. I'm like positive of that.
That doesn't mean he's good at it.
That's
And
true.
were they
That
gangster
doesn't-
movies?
He's not necessarily a great actor or anything. I'm not
No.
saying that, but he is just made for gangster movies.
And you also got to give a little shout to Costner. Like, he had a shot to be, like, on the cop side of this if he just put in a few more of those performances like we were talking about at the top.
Hell yeah, so did Depp.
Depp's too Deppy.
I mean, look at it this way.
I
Donnie
like Public
Brasco.
Enemies, and I almost put John Dillinger as the best gangster because he's not only a great movie gangster, he's like probably the best real life gangster, right? When you think
Well,
back,
certainly
on
one of the
history,
most
it's between him
famous.
and Al Capone. So, and Depp did a good job.
Well, I mean, he's got Public Enemies, Donnie Brasco, and to a certain degree, if you stretch it, Blow.
Blow, yep.
I mean, he's dealing with, that's organized crime, I'd say so.
Yeah. Pablo Escobar, definitely organized criminal.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, you got some organization there.
I mean, they're pirates. That's crime, and it's organized.
They've got to
kinda.
get all those pieces of like the weird stuff to build up the giant monster to defeat the Kraken in the second part.
Yeah, I mean, that
Goes on a
tastes,
weird spirit journey to some limbo island in the third part. It was all gangster movie classic scenes. Searches for the Fountain of Youth in part 4.
100%.
Gotta have those in your gangster movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5 or 6, whatever one they're on.
They're on
The Gangster
6 would be
Strikes
next.
Back.
Yeah, Gangster Strike.
Gangster of the High Seas.
You know what? Return of the Jedi, gangster movie right there. You got Jabba the Hutt and his people there.
Fucking Han Solo, man.
Jabba the Hutt. What? Han Solo was not a gangster. He also
Bro.
wasn't a cop. He was a scoundrel. But you got Jabba the Hutt. He could be up there for best gangster easily. Now I'm mad
Yeah.
that I didn't pick it. I should just try and fit Star Wars into every movie superlatives we do. Like somehow Star Wars fits.
That'll piss someone off, and I will laugh when we get that email that's just like, you guys are all on Star Wars this dick, and it's not even good.
Did you
And
see The
then-
Last Jedi? It's so bad.
It is fucking bad. I hate it.
Whatever.
But I don't hate Star Wars because of The Last Jedi.
Love The Last Jedi. Great film.
100% not.
All right, so let's move on to another world real quick. Let's talk TV gangsters for a minute. You already mentioned Steve Buscemi in
Nucky
Boardwalk
Thompson.
Empire.
Yes.
I also think that the conversation begins and ends with The Wire, right? You got Marlo Stanfield, Avon Barksdale. They've kind of ascended to another echelon with their gangster ways.
The
running
Sopranos?
the streets of Baltimore. Huh?
The Sopranos?
Sopranos? Yeah, I never saw The Sopranos. But another great organized crime TV show. HBO's good at organized crime, apparently.
They fucking are, man. Even the Lannisters?
Lannisters? Organized crime, yeah. Not the Lannisters, the Iron Bank of Bravos, I would say, maybe.
That's even better. The Faceless Men.
Faceless Men, yeah. Entourage, you got Ari and his gang out there.
Never seen Entourage.
I know you haven't. That's why we had to bring on a guest to do our Entourage episode.
Hold my popcorn. Yeah, they talk about it a lot. And then you guys had that awesome episode. Hi, Eric.
Ozark, good newer show that has a lot of the trappings of a gangster series.
Still haven't watched it.
You gotta watch Ozark. It's good. A lot of
My
Mexican
dad is
cartel
on it.
stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
So here's a good one for you. Is Breaking Bad a gangster show?
100%, man.
So
That's
Walt
all
is not a
organized
gangster,
crime.
right? We can start with that. Like, he's not a gangster in any way.
No.
But
I
we've
don't
got
believe
cartel
so.
involvement. We got
Absolutely.
the cat and mouse between the DEA and the
Well,
the meth
multiple
dealers.
cartel
right.
assets, or facets.
You got the Gus and the Salamancas. You could consider both of those teams gangsters in one way or another, and and their tension between them. I would say maybe not the whole show is a gangster show, but definitely like for that stretch between mid-season 2 to mid-season 4 when we're really getting into the Gus Salamanca strife.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Any other
and then
gangster TV shows that we need to talk about?
None that are coming to mind.
I just like The Wire because you get, again, kind of like American Gangster, you get both sides of it. You get to see how Avon Barksdale kind of builds up his empire and how Marlo swoops in and builds his empire right under his nose. And then you get to see the cop side of it with Dominic Cooper and all those guys. Not Dominic Cooper. That's not his name.
I don't know who that guy is.
Dominic Cooper is the guy that plays Howard Stark in Captain America, the First Avenger.
Okay.
This guy is Dominic somebody else, not Cooper. Dominic West plays McNulty. So that's where I got confused.
Oh, nice.
So you get to see both sides. You get the cops, going deep on them, and you get the criminals to see how they build their stuff up. I have a little bit of a problem with The Wire in that, like, Avon Barksdale was not as menacing as I thought he was through pop culture references before I actually watched the show. Like, all I heard was Avon Barksdale run shit. Avon Barksdale, oh, it's Barksdale. And then really it turned out it was more Idris Elba's character, Stringer Bell, was like really running shit more than, because Avon Barksdale's in jail for most of it.
But he's running shit from jail.
Kind of, but kind of not. And then Marlo comes in the last season and a half and kind of takes shit from him.
Out here taking his cookies.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got on gangsters.
That's it. All I got on gangsters myself.
All right. Thank you for listening to Gangster Movie Superlatives. You can follow us on Twitter at APA something at alone under. Oh, should we give a movie sucklative? Let's give one real quick. Worst gangster movie.
Man, now that
I know I put you on the spot.
You put me on the spot. I'm having a hard time here. I'm going with. Are we saying it's like a bad movie or the bad gangsters?
I would say bad movie. Or bad
Okay.
gangsters. Say whatever you want.
I was going to say bad gangsters would be from Rush Hour 2, the triads,
Yeah.
because they get taken down by a bumbling dummy and Jackie Chan.
That's a solid point. And I don't know that I can argue with it. I'm trying to look up lists real quick of like bad gangster movies, and Gangster Squad comes in on all of them.
That's kind of what I figured. I wanted to stray away from that.
Yeah. I don't really have a good answer for it right now. Because I don't know that I've watched. I don't watch that many gangster movies, so I definitely haven't watched that many bad ones.
Post it on Twitter when you post the episode.
There we go. Casino. That's it. Just kidding. I just knew that would make you mad. 50 worst gangster movies of all time. There we go.
Can you feel my rage through this line of communication?
Corky Romano. That's what I'm going with.
What? That's a gangster movie?
Apparently, he's...
That is a gangster movie. Yeah, he's part of organized crime. Yeah.
Yeah. Corky Romano is a bad movie.
That is a terrible movie. I used to love it when I was young, though.
I liked it, too, because his name was Pissant. And he kept going, it's Pissant. It's French.
I had no idea what that meant, and I just remember my mom made fun of me a lot for that. Good times.
Seeing if anything else is on here. Dick Tracy is on. Dick Tracy is a great movie.
Oh, hell no.
It's way ahead of its time.
Any movie you gotta say that about is usually not a good movie. It's usually a cult classic of some kind.
Have you seen Dick Tracy? Super good.
Not in years.
Smokin' Aces. I remember that. I don't remember anything that happens in it, but I remember not really liking it that much. All right, so those are the movie sucklatives to finish off the movie superlatives. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter at APA something, at alone_podcast, and all of the music for podcasts about something is provided by those cats.
You guys stay sassy.
Stay classy.